Hey guys, welcome to devops school. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
So Docker networking, if you want to understand Docker networking, you have to understand the concept of networking, because more or less it's the same thing actually. How networking works, what are the layers in this, what are the networking model which we have, how these communications happen and everything. Okay, when I say Docker networking, typically we divide into the three part, which is inbuilt networking. So Docker inbuilt network driver. Okay, these are the three drivers which we have with the Docker. You can install more driver if you want it, but that's okay for time being. Built-in network driver. One of the driver is a bridge. Second driver is host. Third driver is none. So bridge, host, none. So Docker inbuilt network driver, bridge, host, none. Okay, now what is a bridge? So here, if I look at this bridge, I'm just getting you comfortable. I think most of you knowing that, must be knowing about this. What is a bridge? BRIDG, bridge. Images. See, this is a bridge connecting two land masses, correct? But what is a network bridge? So network bridge which connects the two network, correct? So through the bridge itself you connect to the two network. Look at this here. There is a one network left side, another network right side, and with the help of bridge you connect the both network, correct? So here this is the bridge, basically helping you to connect to the node network with container network. Understand that, container network. Okay, let's understand pictorially. MS Paint. So here you have one host. Okay, in this host you have a ETH0, because ETH0 is the one which is a default network which you get it. Each node you get one network initialized, correct? ETH0. Now here you have a Docker0 also. Now Docker0 is the default bridge. Okay, this is the bridge. This bridge actually manage all of your containers. So here you get a container, one container, two container. Okay, let's have a two container. Two container also get ETH0, because container also get ETH network utilization. Okay, now the question is how this container this network and this network connect to the physical network, because physical network get internet, and to install, to download, to do something, you need a network, right? So this node network and this container network, how this connect? So first container connects to the bridge through the vth. Okay, vth, we call it virtual ethernet. Okay, so here you have a vth. Now through the vth, see eth0 travel, see that how it travel. If you're inside a container, you travel to here, then travel to here, then docker 0 will send to the eth0, always try to come out, and then you get the internet. This is how it happens. So here docker 0 is the one. So ultimately here docker 0, which has a two functionality, not only manage the network of containers on the same host, but also connect to the host network. Okay, so are you understanding this part?
Yes, Ramesh.
Let me show you this stuff in a short way. So here I have a docker ps-a. So many containers are running actually. So docker this is the command which I never try to remember, not sure why. So I stop all the container. Okay, deleted all the container. So now you see here there is no container in this box, docker ps-a. See here there is no container in this box. Now if you look at this here, ip if config, look at this. This is my if config, docker 0 eth0, and this is the loop back for the local host. So eth0, this is what I depicted here, this one, and docker 0 which has a bridge. This is the bridge. You can inspect this bridge. You want to know the CIDR range set for this. So I said, right, inspect command is very important. So network ls, network ls. What is this? This spelling mistakes. So here you see this is the bridge, the one which you are seeing here. Here docker 0 is this one. See that network ID, name a bridge, driver bridge, scope local. Now the moment you install docker, you will get this bridge automatically, this one docker 0. You cannot remove this bridge. Okay, you cannot do anything because a default bridge. You can create a more bridge also, but this bridge you cannot modify. It's like a hard coded stuff. Okay. See here, CID range for this is, if you see here, CID range. So docker network inspect, which one? This bridge. Now the CID range, which is subnet range, is this one. Look at this. That means how many containers you can have in that bridge. CIDR calculator. So how many machines you can have this? And if you see here, 65,336 container you can attach to that bridge. That means that many number of IP address you will get it to the through bridge. Okay, you can go more about it, understand little bit more about it here, how it works and all. Many things are there to learn in the world of containers. So you have to become expert in every technology now: compute, network, storage, security, applications, development, testing, many things, monitoring. So it's like this. So here I got this here. So now if you look at this, I'll create one container. So docker run -itd ubuntu. Look at this here. And I created one container. So there's a one network namespace got attached to the container. So you know that. So here, can I see that Docker, not Docker, if config, see here. If I see here, this is the Docker 0, which is a bridge. This is the ETH0, which is a host machine. See here, vth got created. This is the vth, okay. Here, this is the vth which I was talking about here. Okay, so because of this vth, you get connect to the Docker 0 and container. This is the middle channel between that. If you create one more container, you get one more virtual ETH. That means each container will get a one vth. Okay, so here it is. Now inside a container also ETH0 will be there, because you know that very well. One network you get it. So here, if you see here, Docker exec container ID and if config probably will not be installed, because if config is a utility which need to be installed separately. So I'll just use my notes to get it, this command to install the utility. So command collection, this is the command. So it will install the network utility. So Docker attach container ID. I am inside the container, and then run this command. It will take some time to get it installed and get going. Now you see here, I'm inside that. So if I type if config, you see here, I got this ETH0 inside a container. Okay. Now what is the IP address? This one IP address. Okay. Control PQ. Don't exit. Okay. So Docker PS. Now this continue. So this is how it interacts. So now if you want to connect from this container to this container, so here it will come here, and from here itself it will transfer. But if you want to connect from the outside, so here, and outside. So outside you have internet. You have internet on the host network. Okay. So this is the how the bridges work. Did you understand that how the bridges work?
Yes.
Okay, now the question is, how do we create our own bridges? Let's say, the requirement is very simple. My management saying that set up a two network, run some application in one network, run some application in another network, and do the testing across the network. That means, how can we replicate the environment? So again, if you think about the typical approach, it might take a days of time frame to create it, but in a Docker is just like a matter of few seconds. Yeah. So see here, I have how many network you have already? Bridge network. You see here, bridge network, which is here. I have one. So can I create one more bridge network? Yes, you can create as many bridge network. So here create, and what QA dev1, and you see here I got this dev1 bridge network. Now if you see here, you can inspect this network, inspect, and then dev1, and you see also it got the CIDR range, which is almost same number of IP address which we had it. This is the gateway. Always remember, first IP address of your CIDR is considered to be a gateway. It's all the time, it's a networking rule, nothing can be done. Again here, if you understand the networking in the physical machine, it's the same with the virtual machine, it's the same with the container also. So here I created a two network. I created one network. Now the question is, how can I run that my container in this network? This
Rajesh,
dev net.
your voice is echoing. I'm not sure.
Is it for everyone?
All?
Oh, it's fine for me.
For me
Fine.
also, it's fine.
I think
it's network issue for me.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine.
No problem. Carry on, Rajesh. Now it's fine.
Yeah. So here, if I look at this dev1, so here I have a two network in the same machine. You got the two network, right? Dev1 bridge network. You can create a more network if you want. Let's say dev2. Okay. But the question is how do we run the container to that network? That is the question. Okay. So here I got altogether bridge 3 network. I got it. Dev1, dev2, bridge. So let me tell you here, when you run this command docker-itd ubuntu, you got containers that, but which containers, which network it got attached to it. So by default I said there's a bridge. Even if you do not select anything, it will connect the bridge. Okay. So here there's a one container already running. I think few container already running, and if I inspect that, docker inspect container, and you see here they have connected to the bridge. See here, bridge, name of the network. Okay, and because of that they are getting the 17 series. Okay, but if I look at this, the another series, network inspect dev1, it's 18 series. See here, it's 18 series. Now if you see dev2, it's a 19 series. Okay, so can you set this your own series? Yes, very much you can set it up. Every option is available, but I don't want you to get lost right now, so understand this. So all together we got the 3 series we have: 17, 18, 19. So now if I see that here, containers docker, what is IP address? So docker inspect container, and here you see that 3 IP address. So can I do one thing? Can I create one container, but this time not to the default bridge, but I want to run in the this bridge, this dev1 network. So what do you do? Docker run hyphen -itt hyphen -init is equal to dev1 and Ubuntu. So here you selected dev1 as a network to connect with. If you want to connect to network also, that is possible. So this is the one network, and one more containers I'll create here, hyphen init is equal to dev2. So here you got a, wait a second. Okay, so here it says, just a second, hold on. They are not allowing, but I have an alternative base also. So let me come back to this within a few seconds. Okay, so probably container cannot be connected to network and one data. Why not? Let me dev2. Okay, so for them from the command line it is allowing only one, but I remember it was two. Okay, I'll check this out in some time, but there's an alternative also. So right now you see here, docker ps, here you have a 3 containers. Here if you look at this container with 17, this is 18, this is 19. How do we know that? Let's look at the IP address range. So inspect, and then see here, this is a 19. Then you see here, inspect, this is 18. See here. So all these containers are running the different network. I have a 3 containers, and all these containers are running the 3 different network. Now you can check it out. How can you use for this stuff? So setting up the network, running the containers inside that network, running up application up and running, and all is just a matter of seconds. Now the question is, can I connect this network to this network? Okay, when I say this network to this network, that means basically I'm trying to say here, can I connect the containers, one container with a 2 network? Yes, that is possible. So here you have a 1 container running the dev1 and dev, so I want to connect with the dev2. So how can you connect it? So docker network connect, and I think this container is running with a dev2, this container is running with the dev1, and this is for the bridge. So dev1 I want to connect with the dev2. So docker network connect, and this one dev2. Okay, so here, just a second, dev2 done. Okay, so now these containers I did change, and then I'm running with the 2 container, a 2 network right now. Can I check this? Inspect here, and here you got the 3 IP address, which is 19, which is dev2, and you see here 18, which is dev1. See here, dev2 and a dev1. Okay, so here one containers you can connect with a multiple network also, and that way you can use it. So yes, this can be used, depends upon your scenarios of the testing runtime, this, that, and all. Let's say you want to run in one network dev application, sorry, web server, another network you want to run in the app server, another network you want to have a database server, some network you want to have a certain policies which should not be connecting from here and there, and all this stuff, routing tables you can write. So lots of things it can be done, but this is what it is. So now if you look at this network commands which is available, so here you see here, you can create a network, I did it. Connect the container with the network, I did it. You can disconnect also, connect and disconnect. You can inspect ls. Prune means any network which is not used, you can remove it and remove it. So these are the commands which will help you to get going. Again, understand that concept first, networking, and then you can come back to this topic. Make sense?
Rajesh,
Any questions?
I have a question. Let's say you have a physical machine with ETH0. So basically, it has one network. My requirements say, let's say I have a 3 network, for example. If I want to maintain the same 3 network extended to my containers,
Mm-hmm.
okay. How do I map between a particular virtual Ethernet with a specific Ethernet which is associated with the physical machine?
No, you don't have to map it, because remember ETH0, ETH1, and ETH2. All this is at the same layer. It's running at the same layer. If you do the if config, if this one, this one, this one, this one running on the same layer. So all this
Yes.
can communicate well without any something, until you write a routing rule saying that don't connect. That's a different thing. By default, they try to remember the networking rules. They always try to go out of the network. So whenever you hit here or hit here, from here it try to go out of this. This is called ARP request. You can
Correct.
read that.
You're right. Understood.
Yes.
So this is something anyway it will work, but will you able to bifurcate the data with the two interface on the container as well?
Many laptop, I mean, many virtual machines or physical machines, you must be having 2 NIC card. You can initialize 2 network, 2 IP address.
Yes.
So yeah, both is okay. I mean, as long as you get the internet, both is okay. There's no impact on the container networking. Remember, bridge is only used for the bridging the gap between the host network and the container network, and
No,
then
sorry. My
also
question
maintain.
was other. My question was, can we have a two Ethernet in the container and access it?
Yes, you can have. I just now did it. No, I connected 2 network. So if you see here,
Okay.
Docker, I
Yeah,
just
understood. So basically, I understood. So you connect the multiple bridge, it will connect. That
yeah,
many network will be created automatically.
right. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So these are the commands. Again, I run. Let me tell you, networking is very vast. So this networking only whatever I said is available with a Docker. Again, install the different different driver, and you'll get a more options. Again, you have to build the understanding with the networking first, then come back to this topic. Okay, so here it is. You can try offline hours. This one. Now, next topic is Docker Compose, and here this is what I will give you a little bit of lab also. So the question is, what is a compose?
Please enroll for our channel membership 399 plan to get access of all the parts.
So actually, it's a dev tool, and so we are getting out of the dev Docker. Okay, so this is another tool, but not but for dev. Okay, this is for the development also. What happens most of the time? Usually we use for the dev, but many people can use it. In fact, QA operations also use. Depends on your use cases. Nowadays, in the world of DevOps, everyone is a dev actually. So here, what is happening? First, understand the problem and irritation sort of it. So see here. So far we've been playing. So far we've been playing with one image all the time, 1, 2 images and all that. That's a super. But in real time, you'll play with a multiple images. In real time, you'll play with the multiple images. For example, you will have one image of Apache. I'm just giving you a very small stick. In real time, will be more Apache. Then, or let's say Nginx. Here is their Nginx. It's a web server, okay? And here you want to run Tomcat. And then here you want to run MySQL. Very simple. Okay. So here your application is running. This is the application. So this is the app server, and this is the database server. In real time, you might be having few more services, SOA concept, service oriented architecture. You may have more concept. Right now, I'm not complicated. So if you are a developer, think about it. Just, you do the one coding. Think about it. You write one code and you want to validate the whole code with everything. So what do we do in this case? So you change the code, okay? After that, you build, okay? You build. So build means building the image, right? Build, remember docker build command. So build the images. After that you run, okay, and when you run you provide the multiple parameters. Any idea which are the parameters we have used so far?
Sorry, what is the question, Rajesh?
When
Any
you
idea?
run the container, which are the parameters you have used so far?
We use parameter like we pass the basically command.
Environment variable, volume, network, port, image, all these parameters you pass, don't you? Correct? Typically we have used this money, right? So far CPU, RAM and all also you can pass, but right now I'm not complicating in one go. Okay, so here you build the images. For this what you need? For this you need a docker file, df docker file. For run you need image name plus all these parameters. Then okay, now this containers, one container, two container, three container, or maybe this one you want three containers, one container. So how many you want? Let's say one container here. You want this one, three containers. Here you want two containers. You see here. Okay, like this. Now building an image and then running the image. Then suddenly you code, you write a code. Think about it. You have to visualize it. I cannot help you in any other way. Build the code. I mean, write a code. Build the image. Run the image. Test the image. I mean, run and verify. Okay. Then stop. Remove. Correct. This is the workflow for one code. Actually, you do that. And remember, in order to validate, you have to run all this container and test it, and then link it and test it, whatever it is. Are you getting my points? Are you getting my points?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So for this, how many commands you have to run? Let's look at this. Build number one. How many containers you have to run here? 1, 3, 2. Let's keep counting. 3 commands. 3 to 5 x 6
And
command.
3 containers.
And here is step 1, 2, 3. So all things stop and delete also. Maybe multi-container you can delete 3. So all together, how many commands you passed? How many commands? 3 just 6, 12, 15 command. See here, guys, you will get irritated. You will get irritated if you pass the 15 what do you say, commands every time for the one check. Developers will get frustrated. That's the one part of it. Okay, one part of it. Second is, if you have a modification only in this, understand that only in this. So what you want, only you want to change this container, you want to update this container here, update this container. So in that case, again you have to rerun the whole command. So partial update, again you have to rerun the whole command, particular this. So you'll get irritated. To minimize the number of commands, the solution is Docker Compose. Okay, solution is Docker Compose. Did you understand this?
Yes.
Problems and solution, guys? Hello.
Rajesh.
Okay, so now here this is the Docker Compose. Now Docker Compose will read, understand, it's a tool, it's a tool, would read Docker Compose .yaml. Okay, see here, Docker Compose is a tool. Okay, it's a tool, would read one file which is called Docker Compose YAML, and this file has services. Understand that, services. Now service 1, service 2, service 3, like this. Now what is the services? Service 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. So what is this? So basically this is called service in Docker. This is service 1, this is service 2, this is service 3. Okay, service 1, 2, 3. So here 1, 2, 3. So here you got the service 1. Now each services will have a few options. For example, options, build. See here, build. Okay, image for run, setting an environment variable, volume, network, port, and etc. Each service. See here. Okay, now like this each service will have, so everything you put it where? In YAML file, and at the end of it, what we are going to do now, you want to do build, run everything in one go. So we use command called docker compose up. That's all. So see here, up is a one command. Remember, it's a one command, and one command for to make it up. Here you have to run 15 command. Here is a one command. You want to down everything together, down, one command. You want to remove everything together, everything, rm. So this is the magic of Docker compose. Did you understand that?
Yes, but I have one doubt. If we have to do some part, like all the services won't will be up. I want few
So
only.
in this, yeah, in this case, service 1, like this, or
Okay.
down, service down.
Okay.
Are you getting my points?
Yeah, yeah.
So that way you can minimize the effort of development and testing. Overall, it will help you to save time, so you can focus on the code rather than keep running the commands and all stuff like that. Okay, guys, did you understand that?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So now I'm going to show you the demo. First thing, have to install the Docker Compose. So how do we install it? So here, Docker Compose is another tool which you won't get it along with it. So Docker Compose install. Okay. Now here it is, the installation documents, and so I'm going to download this. And after that, giving the executable permission. After that, moving to the user bin. Now validating version 1.2.6, done. So installation is done. Did you find any difficulties installing? Yeah. So now what we need a Docker compose file. Compose file will have all the services. So I have some sample compose file which I am going to use it. So let's use this. I'll explain you first and then we'll move on. Okay, now look at this. This is a compose YAML file. Okay, it's a YAML standard, so you understand that. So here you see services. How many services you have? WordPress, DB. So this is the application. This is the database. So two services. Now each services, I said you have a few options like an image, port. If you are building the image, you'll be having build. Okay, a Docker file you have to give it. So here ports, volume, environment, and this services depends on the DB which is here. That means before these services do, you do have to do this one. And then network, okay, and WordPress network. So this WordPress network will be created. See here, they are creating bridge type. Okay, so here you are seeing here running the WordPress is one of the images, latest version, running on the port number 80. I'll just remove this. That means running the port number 80. Okay, 80 port. Internal is 80, external is also I'm putting up 80. Okay, and then setting up these variables because WordPress need this variable to be set. Okay, so where to get this information? You go and check the hub.docker.com WordPress image, they will give you. Now network. Now here is a DB. My SQL latest might not work. 5.5. Let me try. Okay, so latest might not work. I'm just guessing. And then here just remove this hard coding stuff. 306 external internal, and the data, see here volume is being created and everything will be stored in this one, so that even though container is gone, data will not go, and some of the variables. So did you understand this? This is the YAML file. Did you understand this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Yes.
I'm copying here this one in one compose file. So dear, let's create one directory, dc cd dc and vi docker compose.yaml, and here I got this file. Now what are the commands available? So you should try this, just this one. You will see all the commands. See, so many commands are there, but you will explore it because most of the commands is like a self you can learn because you know Docker now very well, so you can correlate the stuff with the stuff. Now here Docker compose up ampersand, so detach mode I'm adding here. Why detach mode? If I do not add the detach mode, I'll lose my console. So detach mode, see here is downloading MySQL 5.5, pulling the images. Up means first database will be done, you see here, because dependencies were there, and then WordPress. Okay, and you see here creating the database WordPress. Now doc ps, you see it's running. See up, if you run the docker command also, you'll see that here is running first two here, but docker ps will give you consolidated view of your runtime. See here, so that means your WordPress is running on 80 port of the host so let me check. Now you validate in one go. You did not do anything, just so much of time you spend actually saved, and you do whatever you want to do, test it, and then finally, okay, maybe something gone wrong, something got bad. So do one thing, down and remove. See here. So if here you have only two services, okay, two services, and see gone. Are you getting opens? So if you really want to learn, see here, there's a many commands are there. Like you want to create a services through command line also, you can do that. So you can do up, stop, start, okay, stop, start, failed to start, up, again, and then stop and start. That containers were not there, so it could not start it. Now, I did up without -d, no, that is a problem. Shit. Okay, no problem. So down, done, up, -t. Now here see ps, stop, see, exited, stop, done, start. So did you understand this concept of this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the way. There's so many commands are there. You just must get comfortable with it. See here. And if you see the service, ps, this is the service name. Okay. So if you want to only stop the service here, this one. So down or stop. Yes. Down. What is this?
Rajesh, one question. From
Yes.
where this service name is coming?
PS.
No, like how we decided that name will be DC-DT. What is that?
It automatically gets
Wait a second. Wait a second. There's a command. Just docker compose command to down single service. Compose restart worker. Should be there, correct? No. So down or stop. What is the value? Yeah. No such service. Start. No such service. PS. What is happening?
This is
Can you
service name,
try just a
DCDT
db
one.
underscore one instead of dc underscore?
Yeah.
db underscore. No. There's
We have to
something.
write service name, na?
Okay, done. Sorry.
Yeah.
Here, this name I was getting confused. So
Hmm.
Docker stop. Yeah, this is done. So now this is the way. Now the question was how it is been done. So whichever the place where you are running this command, they have a YAML file. So it's reading everything from YAML. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So guys, did you understand this? Any questions?
Yes. No.
Okay. So now I will give you few example file. You can try it out. So here, example file is so here there's a few examples which you have. It's up to you. First read it and then try it out as per your gut feeling. And but we will give you only for this 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So yeah. So here examples are given. I'm updating in the notes. So I'll give you only 15 minutes and get going. Okay. So let me update this github.com. Three.
If you liked our Docker session so far, please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devops.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.